Hi, how are you? I am a couple minutes late. Right on time, 9:02. How is everyone doing this evening? Hope that you're keeping well. I'm just getting myself set up here a little bit more in the background. That looks good to me. Okay, so I'm just getting caught up in the chat. Dragonfly, hi, Linda. Hi, ladies. How are you tonight? I see you in the chat. Just to give a quick double check, can you please let me know if you can hear me and see me okay? I'm guessing you can, but as always, there's a lag on my end. Whenever I'm going live, there's always this lag from what I can tell on the back end. So if you may please let me know that if you can hear me and see me okay, that would be amazing. Please and thank you. Just going to read the chat a little bit while I wait for these to respond. And I know that there's a delay here in timing and stuff. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Dragonfly. I love the 5x5. We have to have 5x5s. 100%. Thank you so much, Linda. Been a long day. Oh, okay, let me go back and read it. Okay. Good evening, Sarah Chat. Hi, Linda. You're going to try to take some notes tonight? Awesome, yes. For anyone watching here live or in the replay, Linda is on here all the time, as well as Dragonfly, of course. And Linda, as we say lovingly, Linda is, I'm sorry, I'm tired tonight. Linda is our resident note taker. So she takes notes of the Monday lives. That's what she does. She's awesome at it. So thank you so much, Linda, again for being here. Jackson said hi. Jackson. I hope that Jackson has a wonderful sleep tonight. I know last time he was on, he had pizza for supper. So I really hope that he enjoyed, I'm sure he enjoyed his supper again tonight too. Pizza or otherwise. Especially if Grandma's cooking. Dragonfly, thank you so much for being here, Dragonfly. Oh, it's awesome to see you again. As always, sweet dreams. I love it. Linda, it's been a long day. Lots of energy. Yes, Linda, lots of energy, 100% for sure. Jenny's back. Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny. How are you? Thanks so much for being here. This is awesome. All of you ladies are amazing. We'll see what spammy bot troll action we get tonight. We'll see. We'll give them a few minutes to hop on here. Last Monday or Tuesday, whenever it was, I think it was Tuesday. That was crazy. I find it amusing at this point. Oh, that's amazing. Well, everyone, thank you so much again for being here. No bots. Jenny, you're awesome. Oh, you know what? And at this point in time, I take it as a compliment if we get any spammy trolly bots. I actually find it amusing. And you know what? It pushes up the number of views. Like, they think they're trying to they think that they're like harming, and in reality they're actually helping. Wow. Awesome. But yes, it's always nice too when we don't have any bots. It's like it's just nice and clean in the chat for all of you. So I really appreciate when it's nice and quiet too. Thank you so much everyone for being here. Well, we are here again for our weekly tea leaf reading. Thank you again, ladies, so much for being here. For anyone who's watching here live or the replay, no idea what's going on, welcome. My name is Sarah, and yes, I'm your coffee drinking tea leaf reader, and we go live twice a week here on this channel. We go live on Mondays and Thursdays, both for summer hours at 9 p.m. Eastern. Once we get back into autumn time, we'll revert back to 8 p.m. Eastern, but for right now, we're sticking at the summer hours, still hanging on to the last vestiges of summer at 9 p.m. Eastern. And we go live and we do tea leaf reading. So that involves looking at images which are formed by tea leaves in a cup. They all mean different things. The images can be literal, symbolic, and both. Sorry for the shaking camera there. And that's what we do. So tea leaf reading involves, like I just said, looking at images which are formed by tea leaves in a cup. And the way that I describe tea leaf reading very, very much in a nutshell, pardon me as I boil some water here in the background, is that it describes, I will wait, never mind. It does, is that it describes real life, I'm laughing at my own jokes, is that it describes the qualities and or characteristics of events and or situations which are likely to occur, big long phrase. However, that is the best, most succinct way that I've discovered that I can actually, say what tea leaf reading is in one sentence. So it is a form of a divination. It is a divination tool, and all the information comes from the boss. And onwards we go. So I do this twice a week, like I said. So Mondays is a week look at the week ahead to see whatever the universe, divine source would like us to know. Then again on Thursdays we hang out again here, and we do viewer readings. So I've already scheduled the lives for this week, obviously. So on Thursday evenings we offer 3 free complimentary tea leaf readings, 5 minutes approximately each, and that's just a gift to you. So everyone, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And I hope that everyone enjoys the tea leaf reading again tonight. So I'm going to, without further ado, boil the water again. going to be my Canadian self here and apologize for the background noise. I can't really avoid it too much. Just want to have the water nicely boiled. I can't really muffle that too well. So sorry for the background noise there. So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to look at the tea leaves. I already have everything all set up. I've already said my prayers as always. And we're going to see whatever the boss would like us to know. So let's fill in some space while we're just waiting for the water to boil and waiting for maybe anyone else who wants to hop in and say hello. So in tea leaf reading, everyone, people read tea leaves differently. There's different ways, different traditions. I always like to do my little bit of a spiel here in case anyone is watching and they have no idea what's going on, or they've never heard of tea leaf reading before, or they are familiar with maybe coffee grounds or tea leaf reading, but people do it differently. I read chronologically. That's just how I've always done it. So the rim is a present situation, the sides are on the way, and the base is more of the distant future. So it's now, on the way, and later. Now, on the way, and later. So for us, in our case here, for our weekly readings, the rim is like now. Mid cup is approximately Wednesday, and the base is this weekend, heading into next week. So I'm just waiting for the water to finish boiling. It's almost ready. There it is. It's ready to set to go, and we'll get the cup ready and look at the tea leaves and see whatever the universe would like us to know. When I first began getting into tea leaf reading, which is just over 14 years ago now, it was described to me as, think of them as angel cards or tarot cards in a cup. And when I heard that, that made sense to me because I was, quite familiar at the time with oracle cards, familiar with tarot, but not so much, but more with oracle cards. So that's another way that you can think about tea leaf reading. Well, thank you so much for everyone joining here in the chat. I can't pronounce that name, but thanks for being here. I do have some problems pronouncing some of the usernames sometimes. I do my best. But everyone, I hope that you enjoy this tea leaf reading. And just getting the cup ready right now. And as I do that, let's all give a big round of applause to Dragonfly. A big thank you to her. She is our moderator. I know everyone who's here, regulars here on the chat, you always keep an eye. Dragonfly is our moderator with that little wrench beside her name. So she makes sure the chat runs tickety-boo and can manage anything that's needed there in the chat. So big round of applause. There's Ginny. Big thanks to Dragonfly. Honestly, I couldn't do it without you, Dragonfly. I could not do this without you. Because to do the lives, do the tea, get the tea ready, obviously. Conversing with each and every one of you, which is what I love to do. It's one of the reasons why we go live. And also, do the reading in the chat. It's actually quite a lot for me, little me sitting here in the corner of my living room. So with Dragonfly, you there, it just is amazing. So thank you so much. And please, as always, feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Thank you so much, Dragonfly. I really appreciate it. Appreciate all of your help as always. So let's go ahead. Where did that come from? Sorry, long day. Let's go ahead and get the tea leaves ready. So I have the tea, I have the hot water poured in here. I'm just going to swirl them around and get the tea leaves ready. So how is everyone doing? How was this weekend? Who mentioned the energy? Was that you, Linda? Been a long day, lots of energy. Yes, Linda, yes. Yeah, for sure. It's like almost like a purging of energy. It's almost like a reawakening is like sort of how I'm feeling like in terms of like energy. It's like, oh, I'll try this, I'll try that, so it's almost like bringing back what, like for myself anyway, in my own experience of the past few days, it's sort of like reawakening or finding things that I maybe used to do, or case in point. Found all of this jewelry. I was looking in my room, rooting around, and I found so much jewelry. I'm like, oh, all my old jewelry. Oh, there it is. So I'm sort of like bringing all of that back out again. So it's almost like finding things maybe that we had done once or had used once, at least for me anyway, and then bringing them back in. So for the benefit. So lots of energy for sure. Okay, let's get the leaves ready. Yeah, so as always, please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I always love it when I see that. Warms my heart. Just getting the tea leaves ready right now. There we go. As always, I was out with Brie quite a bit today, so I'm a little bit dry tonight. So pardon me while I'm going to be drinking quite a bit of water tonight during the live. So um, pardon me for doing so. Wow, so Canadian. That's okay. I'll just keep apologizing. It's fine. Okay. Just checking the consistency. It's pretty good actually so far. Just going to push the tea leaves down. Now, I have not gone back and listened to last week's reading, but did anyone remember, or did you happen to recall anything that came up in the reading last week that sort of applied to you, that resonated with you, that you found that happened in your own experience? I'm always curious to hear that. Please don't feel like you need to share if you don't wish to. I'm just curious if that was the case. Okay. Background noise is almost finished. There we go. Perfect. Oh, there it is. Okay. Just checking the consistency again now. Bree, our dog, our little chocolate lab, she's quite tired tonight. She had kind of a busy day, big car rides and walks and fun and meeting people. So she's pretty tired. She's sound asleep right now. She may walk by like maybe once, but I think that's the extent that we'll hear from Bree tonight. She's pretty tired. Just gonna string a little bit more. There we go. A little bit more. I know I do talk quite a lot, but whenever I get into this part of the process, I know I go quiet. Pardon me. Okay. Mm. I'm very particular. Yeah, I can take it a bit more. That's good. Okay. So now that we have the tea leaves ready, put I use my phone to stream and my laptop over here to see the comments. So it looks very tilted. I assure you this is very straight though. 1, 2, 3, flip it over. Okay. Let's turn it around 3 or 4 times. And as always, bit of a shameless plug here. I know that we've had several new people join here as subscribers to this channel recently. Thank you so much. You're all helping this channel to grow every single time any of you watch these videos. Like them, subscribe to this channel, ringing that bell for future updates, chiming in on the chat, leaving comments in the comment section below. Please feel free to do so. And thank you so much for doing those things. It all sounds very small, but that it's so appreciated because it really helps with the algorithm. Oh, Bree is on the move. Hi, sweetheart. Yep, she's off to bed. She is tired. So it really helps the channel to grow. So thank you so much everyone for all of your support. It means honestly the world. Right now, I'm just absorbing any of the excess liquid out of the cup. This prevents any pooling in the base. Get a bit of a shameless plug here, and then we'll get on with the reading. But if you are interested, not pushing, but if you are interested in having a private reading, I do offer those as well. And I also have a Ko-fi account. Please feel free to, it's totally up to you, of course, whatever you like to do, should you wish to, and if you're able to. Make a contribution to this channel, a donation. It really helps this channel and helps with running costs. So thank you so much. All of those links are in the description box below. So let's see what God the boss would like us to know this week as this week unfolds. I'm always curious. I'm always curious with every reading because cup, like every cup is different. I'm always curious to see what's going to come through, like what is in the cup, what the leaves, how the leaves are shaped, and what the reading is. So let's see how this week is going to pan out. Again, this is a general reading, so please take what you will and leave what you don't. Entertainment purposes only, of course. Big long disclaimer in the description box below. But yes, please take what you will and leave what you don't. Some, none, or all of this information may resonate with you, which is completely like to be expected and normal, because it is a general reading. So again, not like this whole reading may not apply to you, or you may find that it actually does apply to you. So it's again one of those situations where it really is a take what you will and leave what you don't scenario. Okay, everyone, ready for the reading? Thank you for bearing with me while I got all of those things said, and I am ready to go ahead. Now, as always, I will be posting here's the leaves pictures on my community tab after the reading. I'll likely post them tomorrow before I make this replay live. Ooh. I always like to show you the leaves before I look at them. So if you do want to see these leaves in a bit closer detail, I will post pictures. I take normally about 3 of them. I put them up on my community tab just so just for your reference in case you do want to take a closer look at them. Okay, ready? Okay, everyone, ready? And Ginny, it looks like so far we are bot free. Ginny, you're a lucky charm. Thank you, Ginny. Okay. A little bit sore, I won't lie. Bree's a strong dog and she's pulling a bit today. It's a bit sore. I'm still sitting sideways in case you're wondering. Okay, let's go. We'll aim for approximately 20 minutes. Happy to help. Oh, Ginny, there you are. You're a lucky charm. Ginny's our lucky charm. When Ginny's in the chat, it's true. This happened do you remember last week? Ginny, you had not hopped on the live at the time, the beginning of it. Deluge of bots. They stopped, you hopped on. So clearly, as long as you're here, no bots. It's just us hanging out here, all 4 of us. Thank you, Ginny. Okay, let's stay here, Ginny. We need your help to keep the bots away. Okay, let's look at the tea leaves and see whatever God wants us to know for this week. Okay, so beginning at the beginning. One, 2, 3. Like I said, I'm going to be drinking a lot of water tonight because it's quite warm here and walking Bree all day. All right, so here we are. We have 3 main events and/or situations taking place, I would say, like right now, where things are calm and clear and quiet, and we're happy with that, and/or we want things to get moving a little bit more. They are, I would say, approximately 1, 2. Oh, hang on, sorry, retract. 1 second, sorry. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah, we'll see. So 3. And then 4. Okay. So we have approximately 3 events and/or situations taking place right now where things are calm and clear and quiet, and we're happy with that, and/or we want things to get moving. Now, we actually have 4, but there's 3 that are more significant and/or more important, valid, pick your word or phrase, than the others, or than the other one. So it's almost like we have like 1, I'm going to say 1, like, for example, I use examples a lot. 1 gold, 2 silver, 1 bronze. terms of level of importance. We have a couple smaller ones that are like almost inconsequential. Just a couple smaller, much smaller situations, a bit of busyness, I would say, maybe even, and or just simply smaller events or scenarios taking place. Really not that important or significant. I'm just mentioning that in case it may can talk, in case that may be resonating with you at all. Now we do have a layout that we do often see here, where we have one main event or situation taking place. So that's what this is referencing right here, this main event or situation. This is the main core, the main hub. In tea leaf reading, such as with tea leaf reading, I use many different words rather to describe what I'm seeing, because, for example, one word or phrase may resonate with you, but another one doesn't, and they both have a similar meaning. So I use a lot of words and phrases, lots of talking here to describe what I'm seeing. So side note there, but anyways. So we do have this one main focus, this one main event or situation taking place this week. It is related to one of those main events or situations that I mentioned just a minute ago, taking place right now. It's one of the silver ones, it's one of the slightly smaller ones, and the bronze one. Okay, so those two events or scenarios taking place right now. From what I'm seeing, again, entertainment purposes only, they are leading or they result in, again, pick your words and or phrases, in this main event or situation. In fact, the smaller one, like the bronze one, let's do that one. Where do we start first? It's very interesting because, generally speaking, overall, this main event or situation, it's one scenario. It's just that it's almost like it has like a branch or an offshoot of one, and we'll get into all of those details. Looks quite intriguing to me as always. But for this main event, we have essentially it has a 1, 2, I want to say 4 different parts to it. The most of it, I'm going to say like almost like 80, I'm going to say about 80% of it is one of those scenarios where we have clarity and yet we don't. We know where we stand and yet we don't at the same time. So in other words, many little surprises taking place in consistent frequency all week. Likely beginning, I would say, most likely beginning tomorrow. One of the other smaller parts is comprised mostly of thoughts, ideas, words, conversations, things up in the air a little bit. And then 2 of the other parts, one is a bit more significant than the other, but they are however, they are both directly related. I mean, it's all part of the same situation, but anyway, those 2 parts are directly related. One is a bit more important or significant rather than the other one, and the larger one, however, has more things up in the air, conversations, thoughts, ideas, words, things along those lines, than the other third part, which also has those things, but a little bit of surprises, a few surprises as well. Okay. Overall, aside from this main event, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I'm going to say 3. Really, it's 2, but it can also be interpreted as being 3. So I'm going to say 3 individual scenarios, especially by Wednesday onwards, 3 scenarios where things are calm and clear and quiet. We're happy with that, and we want things to get moving a little bit more. In other words, we have a bit of a respite. So as this week unfolds, from what I am seeing, we really don't have too many distractions. We can get anything that we need to get done and really not be pulled into any other distractions, so we can focus on this main event or situation. Having said that, of course, however, we do have a few other scenarios taking place throughout this week where we do have some activity, some things taking place, especially in the short term. And again, by about Thursday, Wednesday onwards, we'll get into more of those details later. But overall, aside from this main event or situation, it looks to be a fairly busy week. Busy but quiet, though, too. This main event. Oh, Mom just walked in. So this main event is approximately 1/4 of the cup itself. So it is retract. Ultimately, by Thursday and Friday, I would say it's about 1/3 of the cup. So it is quite significant. Oh, Mom, Ginny says hi.
Hi, Ginny.
Mom says hi, Ginny. Well, everyone's on here, but
hello.
Mom says hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Let's look at the beginning of this. Oh, Ginny gives you a heart with sparkles on it.
Oh, thank you, darling. That's lovely.
Mom says, "Oh, thank you, darling. That's lovely."
Where's my girl?
Bree is sleeping on the bed. Bree's gone to bed. Bree has gone to bed. Oh, Bree will probably wake up in about 20 minutes wanting a cookie. But anyway, for right now, she's gone to bed. Okay, so again, by around Thursday, we have this other event and or situation that is related to the main event, or that is related to this other the main event. But this other side event, we'll look into that more, in a bit detail in a few more minutes. However, some of us actually may be going on a short-term trip. I know like 'tis the season. I know summertime weekend. I know that, but regardless, a very bunch of short-term trip happening on and around Thursday and Friday, and actually heading into this weekend. So some of us actually may literally be having like a long weekend. But I would say it's more of a holiday. It's something that's a bit lighter, fluffier, prettier, fun, lighthearted, as opposed to like going on like a sacred pilgrimage, like to the like the Camino, or like a sacred trip or a big trip or something very, very important. This looks like more like a nice weekend away, something like that. That's taking place later this week. Okay, let's look up at the beginning of this main event and our situation. Let's look at the side part, this part here. Let's start with the easy part first. Let's look over here. Okay, what do we have here? First of all, this is a new idea. There's a new concept, a new opportunity that's being contemplated, I would say between like now, like obviously now, and Tuesday. There's a helpful individual involved. Now, is this male or female? I don't know. I can't really tell. I would say maybe male. There's talking words, conversations, ideas, thoughts, talking regarding this. One of those individuals, this could be like one of us and or that helpful individual. There's a letter I in the name, person, place, or thing. Partnership, abundance is present. Bit of a glass half full versus glass half empty scenario. Perspective, situation, perspective, perception. Yeah, it's like, okay, do we look at the happy face or do we look at the face emojis? There is a partnership though that's forming here beautifully. It's like we have one of those we have a keyhole again, a version of a keyhole. But whatever the situation is, it's very interesting because like, for me, keyholes, they represent to me, we have everything that we need to unlock that door, figuratively speaking. We have everything that we need to get that situation done, achieve that goal, do whatever that situation is, accomplish that, achieve that one thing. All we have to do is just proceed with it. And should we wish to. I'm not telling you what to do. But in this case, we do have the keyhole. So it's like this situation, everything that I just said. And combined with that, there may be like some kind of opportunity, some kind of what's the right word here that I'm looking for? Housing, property in some way, shape, or form. That's present. And it's a positive change though too. Like it's tiny in and of itself. There's a significant change. It changes what I'm trying to say here. But this change may not be like a hugely, vastly, huge, important or hugely important change. But it is a highly significant scenario. It may be small, but it's important. And there's this element of using our intellect with that, associated with that as well as a Cancerian connection. So I'm no astrologer or numerologist, but house under home, home under family, hearth at home, emotions, intuition, healing, those kinds of qualities present. Now, this may even be referencing the fact that someone involved, one of us who's seen this reading, or someone else who was involved is also Cancerian. So there's a few different ways that we could be that may apply. Letter S, pardon me, person, place, or thing. Yes, again, we have this helpful individual. Now, as part of this new idea, there or the opportunity that's being contemplated, there's also a very small, yet significant, a conclusion. Nothing huge, but it's important in and of itself. Slow moving quality. There's a wisdom, a wise quality. Maybe even like we may even have this Ganesh, Ganesha being present in here, referencing in here. So it's almost like removing of obstacles. We may even experience that as well, like a helpful individual helping to remove obstacles, or a reminder also that the angels are around us. In my opinion, that's always true. We always have divine assistance at all times anyway. Sometimes it's nice just to have that reminder. Yes, even though it's a conclusion, it's also a new opportunity. It's a new beginning as well. Lots of conversations regarding this entire scenario. Open communication between two individuals. But it's like an exciting energy too. Bit of a going within. It's interesting because it's like open communication between two people, but one of them is like very reverent and going within. Maybe it has a spiritual bend to them, quality. Okay. Lots of helpful people involved in that situation overall. Loving and harmonious scenario. Looks like it's forming. There's a heart that's forming beautifully. Again, this is about one person specifically in particular. And again, this has to do with a housing or house or property connection in some way, shape, or form. I would say most likely two people communicating about this house or property connection. They're both talking about it, but one in particular has another party involved who was not really interested in it or not really paying attention to it, something to that effect. Very loving, very protective qualities involved with that. Very much unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, loyalty, things along those lines. Leave a dragon. Okay, now very much in the short term, related to all of this, yes, it's this going within, this taking care of ourselves, time for self-care, shadow work, inner work, call it what you will, but this going within, not introverted, introspective, that's the right word. Introspective quality. But again, it's a bit of like a mischievous, like glass half full, glass half empty, a little bit of a cheeky energy tomorrow, I would say, most likely, like, oh, like a little bit cheeky. Having fun, lightheartedness. Okay, let's look at this main event. Oh, sorry, there's two S's and or fives. Depending on which way you look at them, it could be an S and or a five. That's sort of like the way that they're shaped. But there's two of them. Now, does this mean that there is a possible of a significant change? There being a possible two fives here? Yes, absolutely. Now, what connects this, which is what we're just looking at, with this, is this. That was very profound, Sarah. Okay. But what connects the two is some kind of communication, receiving news about the home and or family. And that news, that receiving communication, there's a swiftness of movement, there's an action and momentum that's involved. We may even be receiving things tangibly, like whatever that may be, a letter in the mail, a piece of paper, receiving something in some way, shape, or form, most likely tangibly in two different aspects, two different ways, receiving two different tangible things. This creativity, though, it's almost like a very highly intellectual creativity. Highly intellectual creativity. Maybe construed, maybe it's a little bit on the sly side, but the whole point is that it's a highly intellectual, creativity. This likely involves one individual, most likely a man. Or someone who may be literally maybe wearing a hat. Not to sound repetitive, but lots of helpful people involved. Okay. Now in the short term, Tuesday, again, letter S, possibly letter J, person, place, letters are people, places, or things. For me, helpful individual, a woman, is involved in this whole scenario. Lovely abundance and prosperity, yes, but a lovely partnership beginning to form beautifully. Abundance and prosperity. Now, that abundance and prosperity is most likely taking place tomorrow does result in or conclude with some conversations, but it does also have two interested parties. It's a partnership in some way, shape, or form. Now, define partnership. It could be romantic. It could be a new friend, cashier that you meet and you become friends. What a lovely interaction, whatever the case is. But a partnership in some way, shape, or form. And whatever it is abundant and prosperous. It's a good one. And it has some kind of new opportunity that's involved with it as well. Likely also, either receiving news regarding that about home and or family somehow that is connected with this, and or simply two different people involved in this scenario at the beginning and at the conclusion of it. It does result in, again, this creative blend. This I can talk creativity that's involved. Now, whatever that may be, but a creative, artistic qualities present. Helpful individuals as well, new opportunity being presented. In the beginning of this week, it looks like we have perspective, perception, quality, glass half full versus glass half empty reminders here at the beginning of this week, like tomorrow. But again, it's also the sense of going within, taking some time out for our own self-care, meditating, whatever the case is, but like going within, and also I would say also could even also be receiving intuitive guidance, being aware, pointedly being aware that we are receiving divine guidance. Again, receiving messages now as Tuesday continues to unfold. What do we have? More surprises, new opportunity that's presented, involves many different small parts to it. Open communication specifically between two people. Letter C, person, place, or thing, likely a person in this case. Now, this is either referencing a man and or it's just simply a reminder to take, again, have a sit on the chair, taking some time out for our own self-care. Reassurance also being indicated tomorrow, I would say as well. Specifically in regards to a scenario that's a bit of a surprise, but it does result in either conversations and or a bit of money as well. Positive scenario, there's likely about the house and or home. There's a Cancerian connection that's involved with that situation. Most likely an individual. If it is referencing a person, then yes, they're likely Cancerian, or the qualities are related to that said person in some way, shape, or form. Okay, so going on a little bit further, again, lots of like individual small scenarios of surprises. We also have a letter M, person, place, or thing. And receiving communications again about the home and or family. Again, twice tomorrow. Reminders in here, like I've seen two keyholes, a small one and a larger one. And it's again, it's whenever I see keyholes, keys, I'm always excited, because to me they really are referencing the fact that we have everything that we need to open that door. It's such a great sign for me. Whenever I see them, I'm always so excited, because it's like, oh, this is really cool opportunity. It's a very unique scenario. We have everything that we need to get this door open. All we have to do is open the door. So I would say a fairly significant event of that kind of scenario taking place tomorrow. keep seeing references to the house under home, home under family. Okay, going forward. Action, momentum, things taking place, fairly quickly. Heading into Wednesday. Some of us may be experiencing a change tomorrow, a Scorpio-like change. Significant change. Qualities of unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, also gentleness, mischievousness, playfulness, those qualities being present, like a gentle, nurturing, fun, loving, mischievous energy qualities. No. Yeah, keep saying it. Changes. Version of a Scorpio. A version of a phoenix, rather, which is another symbol for a phoenix. Another symbol for Scorpio. I can talk. All about changes. Again, I'm no astrologer. Now, middle of the week approximately, now looking at Wednesday. Person, place, or thing with the letter S that's involved. This likely also, I was going to say likely involves working with other people. Now, that could absolutely be true. But I would say, if anything, it's more about communication between two people. And it's a happy scenario. New idea that's being contemplated in some way, shape, or form. Helpful individuals. Like this burgeoning, a very unique scenario. Creativity, loving and harmoniousness. It's a very good, there's a heart. So it's a lovely scenario. Yeah, happy face. Again, that glass half full versus glass half empty situation too. But generally speaking, very nice, loving energy on Wednesday, I would say, for the most part. Bit of a small conclusion that's also taking place, but looks also good. Helpful individual involved. And this involves, working with other people. Reassurance is also being indicated again. I'm always happy to see that. Okay, now going further down a little bit. Okay, Wednesday heading into Thursday. Action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly. Happiness, triumph, jubilation, people walking and people dancing. It's good. Forward, positive movement forward. Forward movement, things progressing very nicely. There also may be a letter K, person, place, or thing that's involved, as well as working with I can talk, as well as working with other people as well. Okay, but again, it's like very gentle. I keep saying like and gentle energies all week, and this Thursday scenario, it does involve independent thought. There's a cute little cat's face. So independent thought, thinking uniquely, thinking independently, thinking for ourselves. Yeah, it looks like by around Thursday, heading into Thursday, there's this pickup of speed, a pickup of momentum, action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly. Like there's more positive movement. It's like up until then, it's like things are going well, and then by around Wednesday, heading into Thursday, like oh that's happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening, this is happening. Individual instances of more like action, momentum, forward movement. Mm-hmm. Moving on. Keep seeing it. Partnership taking place around Thursday. Reassurance is also being indicated around that. It's about 2 people involved. There's an American connection with that specifically. Now, if it's 2 people involved, great. However, this could honestly be about one person, like you watching this, but one person in particular with an American specifically connection. forward movement, but also getting things tidied up, clarity, organization, like getting things organized, tidied up, sorted out, as opposed to like a company organization, getting things organized. And also it's like a magical swiftness of movement, life force, vitality, going for what we want to have, loving, protective energy, qualities present. Bit of a unique scenario. Now that situation, that's what results in this unique partnership that has reassurance being indicated regarding it. Involves either quite literally the number 3 involved and or simply just working with other people. Letter A, person, place, or thing, possibly the letter R as well. So A and or R. I would say most likely R, A rather, but could also be R as well. So I'm saying both in case we apply. Okay, now going forward here a little bit more. Looks like a good situation. New opportunity regarding that as well. And something new happens and that results in that. Yeah. Angelic support. A reminder that there's angelic support around that situation specifically as well. We can always ask the boss for some help, of course. Reassurance indicated regarding that. And this forward movement, action momentum again. This is what I mean by on Thursday heading into Friday. It's like this more movement. Things are taking place. Okay, going down here a bit further. Yeah, triumph, happiness, things going well, new opportunities, new ideas. Yeah, letter C, person, place, or thing. Letter M, person, place, or thing. Happy, happy, happy faces. Lots of happy faces. The more I'm looking, the more I'm seeing. I keep seeing these partnerships. Excuse me, some smaller, but also on Thursday specifically, a much larger partnership as of now, as of later, forming very nicely. The focus is on 3 different aspects: 2 and then 1. 2 and then 1. Loving scenario. This actually may possibly, it's either like it could very well even be possibly a romantic situation. And if it's not, however, if it's not yet, I can talk yet. If it's, my mind is going faster than my mouth can keep. But if it's not a romantic situation, then it's most likely referencing the fact that it is a very good situation. It's very loving. So there's a couple different ways that can go. But looks good. Yep, happy face regarding that as well. There's stability regarding it. It's almost like we're crying happy tears regarding that as well. I will take that. I will definitely take that situation. Again, there's this reassurance that's being indicated regarding that. However, there's also in a couple different ways, but aspects. But there's also this creative projects, working with people that's present. Okay, now heading into Friday. It's very much the same. Happiness, happy faces, partnerships, working with other people. Letter M, person, place, or thing. Letter G, person, place, or thing. Reassurance seems to be a theme for this reading. Very sweet, loving, gentle energy. Friday. Totally seeing that. Very sweet. Okay. And then helpful individual, and most likely a woman who is involved. High cheekbones. Again, I have no idea who this would be, but there's also a sweetness, a swiftness of movement, yes, but very gentle energy regarding this individual. Lots of talking, some surprises. Lots of helpful people involved. Again, this going within, reading, researching, learning, acquiring of knowledge. Now, again, as I mentioned before, at the beginning of this reading, on Thursday and also Friday, there's likely either 2 events taking place. One a bit more significant or longer than the other. That's like that short-term, like weekend trip that I was mentioning. Okay, but there's 2 of them, or there's one with 2 parts. This weekend, heading into next week, it looks to be much like the main event or situation for this entire week. Definitely a bit of a reprieve, a bit more time to have a bit quieter time. However, at the same time, there's just many different things taking place, but we are able to pace ourselves out with that as well. It's not like one full on situation It's busy across the board, mainly like thinking and talking, words, conversations, things up in the air, ideas, thoughts, words, conversations, things along those lines. And yet, but yet, we have enough quiet time within that time to get anything that we need to get done. It's more conversations being discussed rather than things taking place actively in front of us. Okay, having said that, however, a few details. Working with other people, open conversations again between two people. That seems to be another theme. Receiving communications about the home and or family. Space clearing. Again, like the decluttering, organization, getting things organized. Present. Letter M, person, place, or thing. Getting things organized, new opportunities. Conversations. A lot of talking and a lot of thinking. Lovely partnership that's forming beautifully. Number 2 is involved. Number 2. Letter D and J. Again, people, places, and or things. With only a couple of surprises, specifically regarding or around the space clearing. But some of us may actually have the numbers 3 and or 0 that are involved in some way, shape, or form as well. And that's where some of the surprises are regarding. As well as reassurance. Lovely reassurance is being shown. Lovely reassurance. And loving and harmoniousness as well. So, letter S as well, person, place, or thing. Yeah. I think we're going to end that there. That was a long one. How is everyone doing? That was a bit of a long reading, but hope that you enjoyed it. There's a lot in there, as there always is. How's everyone doing? Ginny, are you still there? You must be. You must be there because there's no bots. So how's everyone doing? Did everyone make it through? Did that sort of make sense to anyone there watching? Did any of that information sort of, I know we cannot confirm what has not yet happened, obviously, but how did that sound? Ginny, yes. Yay, Ginny. Thanks, Ginny, for keeping the trolls away. Well, we did it. So it looks like yet another busy week ahead. I'll post those pictures tomorrow, and I will aim to have this replay up either late morning or early afternoon tomorrow. Linda, wow, husband has a short day. True? Sorry, is that Thursday? Or is that Tuesday? Day trip. Ah, there you go. Very cool. You can't make it up. This is what I mean, I love about divination tools anyway, especially when they're done for like the right reasons, right purpose, and right for good intentions. And TV reading, because like you can't make it up. It's unique every single time. I know every cup is different. People read the cups differently, and yet it works. Like it applies. I'm always on Wednesday. Yeah, that's amazing. So cool, amazing. Oh, thank you so much for that validation, Linda. That's amazing. Well, I hope that he enjoys his day trip. That's wonderful. Hope he has a great time, and thanks for that validation. How's your hand, Linda? You have writer's cramp. How's your hand doing? Get all those notes taken. Thank you so much. Well, everyone, have an amazing, amazing night. Sounds like it was mainly just us girls here tonight, but thank you so much again for being here. I so appreciate it. I hope that you enjoyed this reading. Hope that it was helpful and that you received whatever you were meant to receive from it. Your hand is numb. My mouth is kind of numb. It was a lot of talking. I'm going to go have some chocolate now and relax. But everyone, I hope again that you enjoyed this tea leaf reading. Again, I will aim to have this posted tomorrow, and we will be back again here on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern for live viewer readings. So if you've never had a reading before and you're curious to see what it's like, please come back again here on Wednesday, and I will do a 5-minute tea leaf reading for you if it's first come, first serve. We only do 3 of them. Oh, thank you so much, Linda. Well, everyone, have an amazing, amazing evening. Again, have a great week ahead. Looks like it's going to be busy but good. And by about later this week, we should start to see things pick up. Actually happen. A lot of forward movement by that time. So I never like ending the chat because I know people are in there having a lovely time, everyone. But have a great week ahead. Thanks again so much for being here. So appreciated. And we will aim to see you again here on Thursday. And if I'm able to go, thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you so much for being here. For keeping those trolls away. And I always post before I go live, usually within a couple hours, just to confirm if I am or not. I like to do that either way, but I will always post before I go live. So if you're never too sure, or if you're not getting notifications, you're welcome. You're most welcome to come over to my community tab and just check and see if I am going live. But I don't foresee any reason why I should not be going live again on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. So thank you again, everyone. Have an amazing night, and we'll see you again here on Thursday. Bye. Hope that you enjoyed the reading tonight.